And I am Harrison Lamont Bay, all lowercase letters. I'm here to tender a special deposit to the court and make the clerk fiduciary.
Welcome to one of the most bizarre courtroom encounters you'll ever see. Meet Harrison Lamont Bay III, a self-proclaimed sovereign citizen, the type of defendant who believes the law doesn't apply to him if he says the right magic words. From the moment he appears, he insists on being called Harrison Lam Bay, all lowercase letters. You can already tell, this is not going to be a normal hearing. These so-called sovereign citizens often claim they've opted out of the legal system. They think wordplay and self-invented contracts can override state laws. But here's the truth. Courts have zero tolerance for pseudo-legal nonsense. Every judge in America has seen this act before, and it never ends well. As you watch this unfold, pay attention to the judge's patience slowly running out. Because when someone tries to turn a courtroom into a circus, the gavel always wins. What's your guess? How long before the judge loses patience with this guy? Drop your prediction in the comments below before we get to the good part.
With the Fez hat on, headgear on. Can you unmute yourself, please, sir? Is he connected to audio?
It appears so.
Lemon Bay, Harrison Lemon Bay. Can you hear me, sir?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good morning to you.
How are you?
Okay. Are you the second or the third?
I'm here on behalf of the third.
The third. Okay. I guess it's the second, that's right. This is the city of Detroit versus Harrison Lemon Bay the third. Straight that. This is the state of Michigan versus Harrison Lemon Bay the third. Case number SX 4195968. Counts 1 and counts 3. Appearance for the record, please.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of the defendant. State your full name, sir.
Your Honor,
Mr. Berry, I think he's representing himself.
Your Honor,
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And add count 3 to that. Add count 3 to that record as well. Or count 2 to that, or 1 to that record as well. So count 1, 2, and 3. Let me have that other. I believe. State your name for the record, Mr. Lemon the third.
Yes, I am Harrison Lamont Bay, all lowercase letters. And I'm here on behalf of Harrison Lamont the third.
All right. Well, I've never heard of the all lowercase letters. What does that mean?
It means that the name is to be spelled with all lowercase letters, not all capital letters, not.
This is where things really start spiraling. The judge just wants to confirm the defendant's name, a simple question, but Harrison turns it into a riddle. He says he's on behalf of the third and insists on the name being written in lowercase letters, as if grammar could erase criminal charges. Here's what's really happening. Sovereign citizens often claim that their legal name, the one in capital letters on government documents, is a separate corporate entity. They pretend they're just representing that person to avoid responsibility, but legally? That's nonsense. You can't split yourself into multiple versions to dodge a speeding ticket. The court recognizes the person in front of the camera, not the fictional alter ego. Have you ever seen someone try to talk their way out of a charge like this? Tell me, if you were the judge, how long would you entertain this conversation?
Trial in the matter. How do you want to proceed, sir? I know you filed some documents with the court, and I did have those up in my chambers. But how do you want to proceed?
Your Honor, I'm the surety on behalf of the principal debtor, strawman Harrison Lamont III. I've given the court notice weeks in advance. I'm here to tender a special deposit to the court and make the clerk fiduciary, the prosecutor, as well. And I'm looking for a plea of release today. Will you grant a plea to release?
No. I can grant you a pre-trial. I can grant you the opportunity to speak with the city attorney, or I can grant you a trial date. By judge or by jury?
Now we hit the turning point. The judge lays out Harrison's options like a pro. Take a plea, speak to an attorney, or go to trial. Straightforward, right? But instead of choosing, Harrison starts talking about special deposits, fiduciaries, and straw men. Let's break that down. The straw man theory is a common sovereign citizen myth claiming there's a secret financial account tied to your name that can pay off any debt or fine. They call it tendering a special deposit. It sounds official, but legally, it's complete fiction. The judge, clearly done playing word games, tells him he doesn't have time for this. That moment says everything. Courts are places of law, not fantasy. And when you try to outsmart the system using made-up logic, you only end up looking foolish. Would you call this confidence or complete delusion? Let's hear it in the comments.
Yeah. So
What would you like to do, Mr. Lemon Bay?
well, do you mind if I ask a couple of questions? Just want to make sure that I'm comprehending it. So as you gave the name, I heard you mention a few different names. I heard you mention Harrison Lamont Bay the third, and then a Harrison Lamont the second, and various different names. I just want to make sure that I'm clear on who or what it is that we're here to discuss, because I don't want to speak on behalf of
It does have an error. It does have an error. It appears to be an error on the computer here. So entry date, one of the counts was entered into as one count was entered into as Harris Lemon third. The other count was Harris Lemon second, and the other count was entered Harris third Lemon. So I think that's just a typo. There's the nature of the offenses. There's the misdemeanor case is driving without a valid operator's license, no ops on person, and that is a 93-day punishable by the maximum possible penalty, 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. And you have two civil infractions, one expired plates, and the other one speeding at 16 to 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. So those are the nature of the charge.
Here's the part most people miss. Once you strip away all the nonsense, Harrison's case is incredibly simple. The judge reads off the charges: driving without a valid license, failing to carry ID, expired plates, and speeding. Nothing dramatic, just basic traffic violations that could have been resolved with a fine or a short class. But instead of taking responsibility, Harrison doubles down on the fantasy. The judge even offers him a better driver's course to reduce penalties, a total lifeline. Yet he rejects it because it doesn't fit his imaginary legal script. This is the trap sovereign citizens fall into. They're so committed to proving the system wrong that they talk themselves into deeper trouble. The irony: if he just accepted the course, this whole thing would have been over in minutes.
I'm going to offer you an opportunity to mitigate this by taking the better driver's course, sir. I'm going to put that in the chat if you choose to. And I can give you time to do that. If not, you can set it for a trial date or whatever set it for a trial date or speak with the city attorney today. What would you like to do?
I'm really, again, I'm ultimately I'm here to tender special deposit and
or taking it to trial, see if you can do better at trial. You have a right to a trial by judge or jury, and that's it. Those are your only options, sir.
I'm looking for a clear release. Are you stating that there's no offer of equity in this matter, Your Honor?
Now the judge's patience finally hits its limit. Harrison keeps asking for clear release and equity offers, using terms that sound smart but mean absolutely nothing in court to tee this point. The judge does what all good judges do. He shuts it down politely but firmly. She offers him the standard options again: speak with an attorney or go to trial. Harrison, still lost in his script, chooses a jury trial. That's where this story becomes tragic comedy. The system he doesn't recognize is now the same system he's begging for, a jury of peers. It's a reminder that in real courtrooms, logic and law always overpower fantasy and phrases. What do you think? Should the judge have ended this sooner, or was she right to let him dig his own hole?
I don't know what you're talking about. All right, we're gonna
Sir,
move on.
would you-
So I don't have time for this.
Would you
I got
like
a
to
lot of-
speak to an attorney? Would you like to speak to an attorney, sir?
I don't, I'm
You don't?
not asking for counsel.
Okay,
Not-
well, we're gonna pass the matter and we're gonna move on. And, he can just watch and see how it works in here. Because, I have too many people that are waiting that want to be heard and hear their claim. And, I don't understand what you're saying. I've given you your options and you can sit back and ponder those. I'll give you time to ponder those options. Other than that, sir, I don't know what else to tell you. All right, let's move on. Next time. No, I've already answered the questions I'm gonna answer. No, please mute your device and, you either take the, offers that I've given you, speak with the attorney, or take the deal, or set the matter for a trial date. Those are your options.
Let me set the matter for trial.
Set the matter for trial. Okay, I'm gonna give you a trial. You want trial by judge or jury, sir?
Your Honor, by jury.
Okay, jury trial. Can I get a jury trial date, please? Let's do June the 2nd. June the 2nd. We should do this in the afternoon as well.
But we gotta set a pre-trial first.
Yeah, we'll set a pre-trial. So your next court date is gonna be a final pre-trial, sir. Final pre-trial will be, June the 1st, 6/1/2023 at 8:30. And then we'll set the jury trial date for the next day at 9:30 on, June the 2nd. So your next action date that you need to appear is June the 1st at 8:30. And then, the next day we'll have the jury trial at, June the 2nd, 2023. I have received, your motions. If you have any more motions, make sure they're in before the June the 1st date. And then we'll proceed with, picking a jury, and setting a jury panel at 9:30, on June the 2nd. If you don't have any further questions.
So, here's the recap. Harrison Lamont Bay 3, a man convinced lowercase letters could change legal reality, walked into court with confidence and left with a jury trial on his record. His attempt to tender a special deposit went nowhere, his sovereign citizen theories crumbled, and the judge moved on to real cases. The takeaway? Courts deal in evidence, not imagination. You can't grammar your way out of the law. And as entertaining as these cases are, they're also a warning. Misunderstanding the legal system can cost you far more than a fine. If you found this case as wild as we did, make sure to hit that like button, drop your thoughts below, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom moments where the gavel always wins. Until next time, stay smart, stay curious, and don't try this in court.